It's time for an update. So this is the main reference photo I am using for the drawing. I did have to make several changes. I may not remember everything, but you will notice, and please leave a comment if you have questions. This front of the house is a nicer view overall, but you cannot, it will be a flatter look to not show one of the two sides. But the problem with these reference photos is the megabyte size is, it's not even 1 megabyte. If you expand the photos, you can't see enough detail to actually apply the color. Google lets you send several megabytes, I think up to like 20 or something, but it doesn't need to be that big of an image file. All right, they know that the tree is blocking the door, so I have to cut this tree in half and use this picture to tell me what's going on behind the tree, that at this angle you can't tell what's going on behind it. So that takes a little extra work. This detail has to be exact or else they're not going to be like, oh yeah, that's my front entrance. All right, so everything's about where I wanted them. Interestingly, this window does not have the same number of panes in this home on the second floor as the first, and I did have on these windows 6 rows of panes like the bottom. Then I thought, wait a minute, there's only 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I did not want the shadow to be so large that it crosses some of this architecture here. It's going to just cross these circular shapes here. I am reducing the shadows, and if I am consistent in the way I reduce them, they will still look good. And I do like that there's some shadows. This is a deeper inset part of the house. So once this, and here's a corner, and once I do the shadows right here, and both these walls will have shadows, but this will be the darkest, it will look more 3D that way, and right now it just looks like a line across. This is a shadow here. This roof angle is all in shadow, but this spills over from the sun coming here. I reduced what was there. The photo was almost like straight across a bit, especially here. And I didn't like the look of that anyway, because it makes one think that line goes all the way over. If it's not done right, it won't look right. Artist prerogative. I'm going to make this a lighter shadow than is what is being shown. I reduced these a little bit from the photo because I reduced everything else. The tree's been made smaller. It will look more like a Japanese maple as I do the colors. Very distinctive purple, reddish, and purple colors on that tree. And then the shadow, interestingly, I can't make it as big as it was, obviously, because the tree is smaller. Had to really cut that back in order to see the doorway here. But the way I'm doing the shadow and the tree that goes behind the wall is kind of this negative positive shape I'm playing with. This becomes almost a whole tree. See what I'm doing there? This one I might reduce a little bit further. I already reduced it, but if this is in front of the house, which it is, it would have to cast a shadow here. There's no way to leave that off. If the sun's coming like this, then that's about right. Now, in order to do the colors, I've got to dab up a lot of that graphite. This type of rubber eraser, I think that's what it's called, kneaded eraser. This will be in shadow. I've got to play with those. I think I can just leave this the way this color is, and it will help to make it more of an inset look here. A relief, or whatever you want to call that. The mat will take up about a 1/4 inch on everything you do. Important to keep that in mind. If you've measured it precisely to a frame standard size, an overlap mat will always take up that much. And you got to remember that for your signature. Of course, I don't know yet where I'm going to put that. One additional challenge is the clearer photos I have in brighter sun and higher file size that I can see details better. The flowers were changed from these later spring look of these snapdragons, but these flowers are all now gone, so I'm using blurrier photos to figure out, do they continue all the way to the left, spaced out somewhat, and I can't tell exactly how they're spaced, but they seem to be spaced periodically. It's important to mix up the bunch, like there's going to be 4, 5, or 6 there, 4, 3, 1. You don't want them completely the same, or it just looks too mechanical. But they're going to be fuzzy, watercolory anyway, so that's all okay. This would be in shadow because of all the tree in front, and so the tree limbs would be a lighter brown so that I can see the shadow better behind. I think that'll look nice. Then up here it's all sunny. And the tree where the horizon line, or the line would be for where the sky meets the land closest area, because they are kind of on an uplifted land area that you can very easily get from land to sky quickly, and that happens right around this line here. And so behind this shrub here I put one more because I did not like the sky going so low that it hit that low, and I wanted this look of these background trees that's going to be a lighter green in the distance. This darker shrub is going to be very dark green. Not very dark, but here it will be in the corner. Then these will have shadows on them. And this would be also somewhat fuzzy, but this one's closer, so it's not going to be terribly fuzzy. This one will be very fuzzy. So designs in the brick, that's what these are. Once this is the same color as the bricks going this way, then this shape will not be as noticeable, but it will. You'll see the change in the direction of the brick there. But those will not be, are like a lighter stone. Those will be noticeable. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. The direction of the brick has changed for this brick sill here. And then there's a circular brick shape. It'll be a subtle, nice thing to see. Everything else is pretty much set the way it's going to be. I do go through a process of what I call observation and meditation, really. Including as I do the art, but as I'm finishing up the drawing, I let it sit for a while. I don't say, okay, I did the drawing, now let's add color. I give at least another whole day, like a sleep on it type of feeling. I give at least 2 days because I put it up on my easel, which I have over there now. And so I put it there, and I will walk in and out of the room, and I will see it. I'll look at it. I'll wait for things to notice. I'll see if it talks to me in that way for like, what do I see that I think could be improved as I walk by it, or if I look at it for 10 minutes in different segments of time. And that's how I came up with some of these shadow ideas. Firming up the railing to be correct is a more major thing, so I'm glad I spent some more time with that. So yeah, I've got my work cut out for me to finish this up. I was not ready to do the color yet. I thought I would be, but I wasn't. I will create a new separate video that addresses the color and applying color to this one. So I hope you enjoyed that, and remember to press like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, especially if you want a reminder to see my stuff. My channel does have some non-art stuff. If you want to see the art stuff only, go to George Pencil Art as a playlist, though that is my channel name. There's also a playlist that's titled that way, and you will see the art ones. Then there's other ones throughout. There's a travel playlist, and there's some other things there too. So that's it for now. I'll see you in the next one. All right. Bye.